everyone, Terry over at Sewing RV Style. Join me today as we make this cute tote bag that's made from scraps. Have you ever made something and wondered how you're going to get to that finished project? Well, today, join me because that's where we're headed. I'm doing it in red and white and blue jean in the middle, and this is blue jean by the yard. So this is a time that you're probably going to want your ironing station right next to you. So I think I'm going to probably rearrange and set that up. And I'm probably actually going to use my rotary mat. That way I have the iron and the cutting one right here next to me at the same time. And all I have to do is pick them up and switch them out. So just alternate whatever. You could do it scrappy, you could do it whatever you want, but I'm doing it red and white, so I will alternate my red and white squares till I get them 15 inches long, and then I'm probably going to do 4 rows down for the bottom, and then 1 or 2 rows for the top. We'll see. Okay, here's where I stand so far. I sewed my red and white 2-inch squares together, so I have 3 rows going down by 10 squares going across. And that ends up making this right now 16 inches by 5 inches. Then I'm going to put a small row up at the top of the bag, and so it's cut 2 inches by 10 squares, so 2 by 16 right now. Then the next thing I did is I cut 3 inches to go at the bottom of my bag, so this will be like my boxy corners. It'll be blue jean down at the bottom. Then I cut 2 pieces that will be cut size 7 inches by 16 inches. This is going to be the middle of my bag. And then I cut my handles, 2 of those, 5 inches by 25 inches, because I'm thinking this bag's gonna be for me and I'm short, so usually I'll cut them 26 inches. They'll fit everybody, but I cut these 25. Now everything has to be, the lining is going to be whatever this comes out. I'll let you know later. And everything has to have batting or interfacing to match. So I'm going to quilt the small pieces. Okay, I want those quilted, but I don't want the middle of my bag quilted. If this was a bag you were making, here's the bottom. Right up from the bottom, the middle, and the top. Would you use blue jean handles or the red and the white squares? Let me know in the comments. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is sew my pieces together. So this is what like the front and the back will look like when they're done. So I think I'll sew them all together, and then I'll put my batting or whatever I use on the inside, and then I'll quilt this part and this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So I have my front panel all made up, and I think it's really cute. Remember, this is going to be the bottom of our bag where we're going to box the corners. And I went ahead and did my handles. I have a whole video on these so that you can just watch how to do your wrapped handles. And then that's separate also. So what I decided, going through all my stuff, I wanted it to have more support than just batting. And so I have these dish drying mats that are a couple years old, and they're different, right? They're both gray on the inside, but you know what? this is going to give me the stability I want and be less expensive than going to buy like Soft and Stable or something like that. And so this is what I'm putting for my so-called batting. And I'm going to put it on here. And then again, I'm going to just quilt just my red and white squares onto here. And then I'll just do a basting stitch around the edge just to hold it in place so it's all secure. All right, so I have my panels all quilted. You can see I just did like a 1/4 inch on each side. I did not go the long ways here, just straight down. And the blue jean is left empty. And I think I'm gonna love having the dish drying mat as my so-called batting. So now I'm probably going to go ahead and cut around my outer bag on both sides, and then go ahead and sew those up and get my lining cut. So all I'm doing is taking a ruler and lining it up with the edge of my fabric. And I really like this rotary cutter. It's the Quilter Select, and I like it a lot because I could use it left-handed or right-handed just by flipping this little switch in the back. I'll put a link to it in my description so that if you like it, then you can get one as well. Don't forget, if you're liking this video, please go ahead and make a comment and let me know what colors you would use for your bag, and if you would do your handles in blue jean, or if you would do your handles in the colors, like in my case, the red and white squares. I'd be curious to know how you would do yours. All right, so we're going to do that to both sides. I'll be right back. So I got everything trimmed up. I got my corners boxed, and those are at 2 1/4 inches because I did not want to go straight up to the seam line. So I left a little bit of the blue jean poking out there. And now it's time for my handle. So here is the middle of my bag. And since I have these squares, I'm going to make it really easy. I'm going to put one right here and clip it. And then the other one, make sure that your handles are straight. And I always put this folded edge towards the inside. It's just what I do. And so the other one's going to go right there. And I'm going to clip them. And you guys, look at all this thickness we have here. Because we are also using the dish drying mat. You might want to go ahead and get your walking foot out. If you don't have a walking foot, just take it really easy. And you might have to even hand crank. But go ahead and like a 1/8 of an inch away, go ahead and just tack those in so that when we get to sewing and everything, that they're already at least in place, and back stitch at the beginning and the end. So we got the sides and the bottom all sewn together, and I have to say right now I am loving using this dish drying mat as a batting. And you guys, remember, I'm trying to show you when you either live in a rural area or you're out camping and you don't have a quilt shop or Hobby Lobby or something close by, think outside the box. So the next thing I'm going to do is put my corners together. So I just spread my seams apart and make sure you line them up, really important. Get some of your clips and hold them together. And they just kind of form themselves for you to make it really easy. Now we're going to do that on both sides, and then carefully, because look at all this thickness that we're going through. You want to stitch all the way across here, okay? And either do a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, whichever is going to work best for your machine, because that's a lot of thicknesses. Take your time. You might even have to hand crank a time or two to get over it all. And remember, you can use a walking foot if you have one. So far, I've been just fine with a normal foot that came with my machine. Okay, I've pushed everything down. I'm gonna put it under my presser foot, and I'm just going forward for a bit, and then I'll back stitch. Okay, you guys want to take a sneak peek before we get the lining done? I know I do. Let me turn it right side out and I'll be right back. So here it is. And don't forget, we still have the lining to put in and then top stitch it all. And we are almost done. Look how cute that blue jean at the bottom turned out. And now we're not wasting our scrap fabrics. Got the lining all put together, and so the lining is right side out, and my bag is right side in, and put your handles in so they're nice and flat. And the next thing we're going to do is put the lining inside the bag and line up our seam lines on both of them, just like this, and put a clip. And I did leave about a 5-inch hole in the bottom of the lining to turn the bag, because it is a big stiff bag, since we have this dish drying mat for our batting. So go ahead and clip all the way around, and then you're gonna sew either a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, whatever you feel comfortable with, all the way around the bag. So this just really fits better if I do it with the outside of the bag and it goes under my neck. I remove my sewing table, and you're going through a lot of thicknesses, so be very careful. Okay, we got the lining all sewed in, and you know you only have a little spot, and this is thick, so be careful. You don't want to rip your seam out, but just reach your hand in and go to the bottom and just carefully start pulling it out. Okay, we got it all turned out. So now I'm going to take and fold under our place we left open and stitch all the way across and stitch that shut, and then press it in, and we're going to top stitch around the top. I'll be right back. So here is our finished bag. What do you guys think? I just love the blue jean with the red and white check. And then we have the white lining inside so that nothing's going to get lost when you put it in there. And it is really cute on your shoulders. Let me know in the comments what colors you're going to make with your blue jean bag. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe it. Thank you. See you next time.